All right, let's see how this is working out. Like, hail to all you magnificent bastards and bastards out there in TV land, etc., 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 etc. Ah, all right, we're gonna do some Dungeons and Dragons. We're gonna do some Dungeons and Dragons. No, we're gonna do some nerd stuff. We're gonna draw a pirate. We're gonna draw ourselves a good old Dungeons and Dragons pirate here. It looks like my volume went down again. Yep, it did. You know, I've looked on the net to go find a solution for this damn thing. And, none of it's worked. Yo, Dukester, what's up, man? Hey, if you're working and you want to come up here, come up and say so. Just let me know. I'm still in the process of troubleshooting. I am, most annoyed at this point. Yeah, no, see, yeah, I've got it on. So, yeah. It should be working. It should not be, should not be nuking my mic volume. Anyway, it does what it does. It's so silly. It's so silly. All right, well, on with it, huh? Let's see here. Where am I? Okay, there's that. And I've got to get over to... Alright, so I've got my references. I have my Dungeons & Dragons character sheet. The character's name is Captain Jolly Roger. He's a happy fellow. Let's see here. So let's see here. He is a human fighter, a pirate background. This is for USA Scout 2. One of the two winners for the Nerdcognito Valentine's Day giveaway, or as they called it, the Nerdcognito VD giveaway. And of course, I have nothing showing on my screen. So this is really annoying. Let's see if this is actually working now. This might just be a failed experiment. It might be. It might be a failed experiment. Nope. Okay. Yeah, looks like it's working. I don't know what I did. I've got a numbness in my right hand, pinky finger, and ring finger. I think I pinched a nerve or something. But, yeah, no, I think I pinched a nerve. It's alright. It just feels weird. Oh, and there it goes again. Alright, this is a failed experiment. This is a failed experiment. We are going to... No, dang it. That's not what I want to do. There we go. What's up, Subjugate Comics? How you doing? Yep. Yeah, I tried to do a workaround. It's a workaround that used to work, but it doesn't work anymore. So, still working on things. Discord is a no-go. It's not even conspiracy theory, right? Like, dude, for real, can you stop proving the nutter's right? Yeah, the Discord is actually partnered up with government intelligence agencies to collect your biometric data. Discord's like, oh yeah, your personal data is safe with us. So they got hacked, and the hackers dropped the documents saying that, hey, they are actually in cahoots with government surveillance to collect biometric data, to include your political affiliations. So they're collecting. So Discord? No, I deleted my account. I deleted everything. I deleted my account, geez, what, like a week ago when the news first came out that they were going to require facial recognition and all that other nonsense. So, yeah, no, they can go straight to hell. And there are alternatives. I'll have to look into it, and I'll let everybody know what I do find on that. All right, so we're doing a Dungeons and Dragons character drawing. We have a male pirate. What is his strength? 14. So he is above average. Decent strength. Well, pretty well-rounded physical character with a little bit of charisma, a little bit of suave. As you like it. Both strength and charisma can play well into intimidation and charming, respectively. You know, smooth talking. So, yeah, let's dive right into this. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit and start laying down some base sketching here. And then when I get this done, if I've got some time, I will get back into working on some Bellatorus. Well, actually, I want to finish up this practice piece here for Mondor's Rising. So that last night, started this last night on the studio. So we'll get back into that later. So right now it's just me all by my lonesome. I can't have any guests or anything as it is. Oh man. I gotta get this, my hand. So weird. My pinky finger is numb. Hopefully that doesn't get in the way of my ability to get some artwork done here. You know what? Let's not start with the head here. Let's start with the torso area. All right. Toss in a torso. We do want the arms akimbo. All right. Standing, you know, almost like a victorious kind of like, ha ha! But with his legs, you know, wide stance, firmly planted, square stance, you know, something that just exudes confidence. Background music is a combination of Legion Xero with the Lady Serpent and some of the music that I created for my Skyrim Let's Play. Yeah, I'm redoing a couple of songs. The audience had spoken. They were not a fan of the death and the black metals. So I nixed them. I'm redoing those songs. Recycle the lyrics, because I'm not writing new lyrics. Alright. So, that is way too big. That guy's got like one monkey arm, and then like one regular arm. That doesn't work out. Dang. So, what is everybody up to today? What is your Sunday comprised of? What do you hope to get done today? All right. Yeah, we'll tilt his head down like he's like, "Aha! Come at me, bro." That might be a little tall of a head, but that's okay. Not a comic book character, so, you know, don't exaggerate the proportions too much. We do want to have a little bit of fun with it, right? But at the same time, that's one of the things I think some of these comic guys get a little too focused in on. Is always comic proportions, always this and always that. And it's like, look, man, that's not working. It's not working. You got to stand out. And I do appreciate comic proportions and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. But it is not the end all be all. It really is not. Okay, so we're going to drop down that opacity. Add another layer. Go take a look at this character sheet real quick and see what kind of gear this guy's got. Doesn't look like he's got any armor. Oh, maybe he does. Maybe he does, because his armor class is higher than just his dexterity bonus. So let's see here. Is it listed in his gear? Where is his armor? He's got that kind of gear, some common clothes, a clean shirt. I think we're going to jazz him up a little bit, though. I mean, this guy's a pirate, right? We got to give him seafaring clothes and whatnot. Not get too crazy with the stereotypical pirate stuff, because this is a Dungeons and Dragons pirate, not an Age of Sail pirate, right? So a little bit different. It's like a pirate, and the way D&D pirates usually look is that they've got kind of a cross between Age of Sail meets medieval, right? So dueling. Okay, nope. Let's see here. Does he have okay, so he's got a bonus to damage. I don't see where that extra armor. Oh, I see it now. He's got himself a chain shirt. Okay, that makes sense. Now I see it. No subjugates. This is I am drawing a Dungeons and Dragons character for the Nerdcognito Valentine's Day giveaway that they had. So, all right, and of course we gotta have a wavy pirate shirt, right? It's gotta be like open. You know what I'm saying? All right, then we'll put the chain shirt underneath. See what I'm saying? So that way it shows that he has the chain shirt. But he's got to have himself one of them Michael Flatley pirate shirts, right? We'll roll the sleeves up right there. So we'll just add some bunching, some little guidelines, right? That's all I'm doing right now is I'm just adding guidelines. Oh, I have a pen selected, not a pencil. That's fine, whatever. Come on. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Derek. Anytime, man. Anytime, man. All right. Anytime, please. All right. Of course, he's got to have like the loose pants that come down, and they're rolled up tight right there. Right? Got to have them parachute pants, them piratey parachute pants. All right, nice and loose and breathing. All right, and then we'll give him a nice big ol' piratey belt, kind of high set. Nice loose fitting clothes, right? Which also kind of accents his figure a little bit, right? You know what? I'm going to drop this arm down a little bit. Oops. Go ahead and just kind of grab that, and then grab that. And then we'll go ahead and rotate his arm out a little bit, right? And then we'll rotate the wrist out a little bit further, drop it down, right? He's got a rapier, so we'll give him. Dude wants a rapier. We will give him a rapier. He will be pokey stick of doom. All right. Usually fantasy rapiers are longer than the real thing, but we'll see. There we go. Okay, those are good guidelines. Yo, Mad Ruth, what's up, dude? Hey, thank you very much for smashing that like button. Yes, that's right, folks. Make sure you smash that like button. Share this out on social media and hit the bell to receive all notifications, etc., etc. Okay, so we got that. He's got a 14 charisma, so he's above average on appearances, right? He's a pirate, so we're gonna go ahead and give him some Fabio-esque hair wisping in the winds, right? So just kind of carve out some guidelines here. Just have his hair kind of whoosh. Right, draw our center line, draw our brow line, draw our nose line. There we go. All right. And then we're going to have to just a little bit of a reference of a contour line there. And since we got the wind blowing like that, the rest of this is going to have to reflect that wind direction, right? So we're going to billow out the shirt this way, have it kind of snug close on that side, billow this out like that, and have it a little snug close, right? Billow it out, and then draw some stress lines coming from that side because that's where the stress is coming from, right? So yeah, I think we're getting onto something here. And then have this kind of hug the thing, and then we'll have it billow this way, right? Some stress lines there. And we'll have this shoulder kind of billowing out a little bit. You know, Michael Flatley it up a bit. And that's a reference to a Dennis Leary comedy routine. Yeah, little Michael Flatley shirt blowing in the pirate shirt flowing in the wind. We'll give him some high boots, but they'll be turned down. You know, pirated up. They're going to be flat soled because heels are great for cavalry. They do not work so well trying to climb around a ship. So, yeah. Yep. So, get that going. I have no idea. Let me double check. Okay, that's good. I'm double checking my levels and everything right here. Okay. I just want to make sure that everybody can actually hear me out there in TV land. All right. Beef up those boots just a little bit. And you know what? We're gonna... Come on. Alright, we're gonna bring this arm out just a little bit. And we'll bring it back just a little bit. So that's gonna be a little bit shorter. We erase all of our oversketch. And then... pardon me. Yeah, let's create a little bit of a tangent on the hands. So, we'll clean that up a little bit. That little finger right there. These other fingers right there. And then the thumb right there. Let's see how that looks. Alright, I guess we're going to bring those in just a little bit. Alright, and there's that. And then we're going to give them some low-cut gloves. Alright, gotta be wearing gloves. If you're going to be working on a ship, a rope will take your skin off faster than you know. Alright, let's fix this arm just a little bit. Alright, alright, that goes in there. And we'll put that there. Keep it from getting too silly. The belt pulls like this, so the buckle latch thing goes right there. All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and fix this up a little bit. Make it a little bit longer. Put some buckle there. Put a buckle there with a strap across and a strap across. Put a buckle there. Put a buckle there. Strap across. There we go. And then what we'll do is we'll open these up in the front a little bit. Bring it a little closer there. Almost forgot. There we go. And then do the same for the other side. Bring it in. There we go. And then we can hide another strap under there. There we go. Ooh. All right, and then billow out that arm a little bit. And you know what? We'll go ahead and bring this whole thing up just a little bit. So let's get our undersketch going here. Do some circles to kind of do that. A little foreshortening to create some added depth. And then we're going to exaggerate our perspective just a little bit. So just as an easy guideline, right? All right. So we have the palm, that knuckle, that joint. Let's go ahead and clean that up a little bit. All right. All right. I think we're actually getting somewhere here. And then we will add a nice little bit of basket hilt, because basket hilts just scream pirate. Right? And then let's go ahead. Nope, seems too thick. Okay. All right. Sound is cutting out. Of course it is. Why would it not be? Hey, what's up, Great Quality Day? How you doing? How you doing? What the heck is my OBS? All right, so blah 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 blah. Yep, it's cutting out. Yep, it sure is. Right. No. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. Yep. Okay. Although, okay, hopefully that's even better. All right. Because I start mumbling to myself. I try to keep the dialogue going, but sometimes it's hard to think and do stuff. Okay, so that belt is too high. We are going to sling that belt a little bit lower. And, oh, not so far out. Far out, man. No, not that far out. Okay. Alright, then we can... There we go. Okay, we can drop this opacity down, we can drop that opacity down, and we can make ourselves a new layer. Oh, okay, thank you, Holiday Kid. I appreciate it. I was trying something new today, new broadcasting style, and wasn't quite sure if it was working out or not. So let's get into some detail here on this guy. Start sketching it in. So we'll start off with a nice light gray. That one is 153 RGB across the board. So it's not, it simulates a decent thing. We're still being kind of sketchy here, as if I'm never sketchy. We're just still kind of figuring out, like, I mean, we got our guidelines in place now. So, but now it's time to, like, whittle those guidelines down a little bit. All right, let's get this guy. We don't want the hair to be, like, going across his face too much. We don't want to obscure it, right? But at the same time, we do want this windy environment. So, right, so a few stray hairs do help. But we do want this Fabio-licious hair. Everybody out there is like, oh, who the heck is Fabio? He's the guy who got hit in the face with the goose. Go look it up. He's, what, I think he's like the #1 all-time romance novel cover model. Alright, let's go ahead and... I don't know. I don't like this. But we'll see. We'll give him, like, I don't know. Let's... Oh, whoa. I forgot to change my eraser. Okay, that's better. Okay, that'll work. Let's give him, like, kind of like a fierce, almost like the anime kind of furrowed brow, right? That fierce determination. Yeah. Yeah. And that way we can give him kind of like, you know, a little bit of a smile. I mean, he's a pirate, right? But almost like he's got like a cocky smile kind of deal. Yeah, see, that eye's too big. There we go. I said anime and noticed, I immediately started drawing like really big eyes. What the hell's wrong with me? That hair is obscuring our chain shirt. So, it's too poofy. I think the whole head's too big. Alright, I think that's... yeah, that's a little better. Hey, Katie, what's up? Good to see you. Okay. Alright. So maybe if I draw this back, kind of soften this jaw and chin, round out the face a little bit more, maybe reduce the strength of the chin and brow. Alright, that seems like too weak of a chin, so we'll give him a little bit more chin. Remember, it don't mean butt if the chin don't got that jut. Alright, a little bit of an Adam's apple. And of course, we'll clean this up further as we get along. Alright. Alright, some lapels so that the shirt can be closed. Alright, and we'll get into texture and whatnot here in a little bit. Alright. Alright. Just kind of work it in. And I'm not supposed to take too terribly long on this, so it's the 80% rule, right? Do 80% of what you're capable of doing, and call it at that, right? Alright, I don't like the way that that's looking, but it is what it is. I'm sure that at the midpoint, I'll take a break here before I start going into finalizing details. I do that with pictures. I let them. I call it letting them marinate, right? Just so that I can disconnect from it for a little bit and figure, and then when I come back to it, it's like I'm seeing it for the first time. So I can see what's really messed up about it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, just reverse it or flip it upside down, mirror it, show it to a mirror. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. But that doesn't work for me as well as just disconnecting from it for a little bit. And besides, it is Sunday, which I hope everybody's having a good Sunday. The reason why I don't normally stream on Sundays is because Sunday is fraught with Dadland, right? It's fraught with Dadland. Alright, this guy's only a first level character, so we're not going to do anything fancy with the sword. It's not a magic sword or anything of the sort. You know, it's funny too. I keep saying, like, dude, no, send me your epic character. Send me your epic character to draw. Because, I mean, yeah, it's cool to have, you know, start a new game with a character and all that other stuff. But epic characters are so much more fun to draw. I've been playing this character for so many years. Look at all the cool stuff they have. And I'm like, oh, dude, that is so cool. That's going to be so much fun to draw. Now, it's still fun to draw this character. I'm not going to lie. All right, so. All right, we've got to. Let's get some of this BS out of the way. All right, so that's going to be wrapping around there. The wind's going to be blowing. So. And, we're going to tighten it up right around the waisty area. Now it looks like he's got bobs, and we don't want that. We don't want him to have bobs. We want him to have a blowy pirate shirt. So there are ways to do that. By drawing lines to the points of stress, right? Where is it interacting? Which it would probably be best if I were, pardon me, it would probably be best if I were to use like some fabric reference. Like that would actually make sense. And one of the ways you can do that is get some nice thin fabric, like some cheapo satin from a fabric store, a couple of clothespins, and a cardboard sheet or something, a sheet of cardboard or something like that from your next Amazon purchase, and then just pin the fabric to the top at various points and observe how it just kind of drapes. Right? So gravity can be the opposite of motion, or can be the motion itself, right? So like if you've got a wind going, then gravity indicates the direction of the wind. If you've got movement, then gravity indicates the counterforce of that movement. So if a person's like, say, kicking or swinging their arm, then those clothespins can work. And you can even cut out loosely in the shape of a limb and see how that works on there. And it's super cheap artist reference right there. The better way would be to actually get a mannequin and drape it off the mannequin. Right? But there are ways that you could do that. All right. There are ways that you could do that. Still kind of in the sketchy phase here, but we're starting to get there. We are starting to get there. Why does that seem off to me? That seems off. Maybe this one's not high enough. Okay. All right. Still just working things in nice and loose. There we go. I don't know. Can you guys hear that music at all? It's real low in the background for me. And that's on purpose. Because I don't want it to drown out my brain. Brains are stupid. So, yeah, just let me know. What's up? Let's see. Let's see here. Ice Queen. Maybe it was just me on the sound of my end. Okay. And Derek is Great Clouded Day saying hello to Katie, the Ice Queen. The blood of heroes never dies. Let's go ahead. Exaggerate some things real quick. All right. All right. Yeah, I know why I hate that arm. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. But that's okay. We can fix it. We have the technology. We're just gonna move that out of the way real quick. And you know what? We don't need these anymore. So we'll go ahead and nix them. All right, we're gonna have that. Why are we not? Because I'm a dummy. That's why. All right. All right. All right. Something about this. I don't like something about it. All right. Let's just grab this and put it back. Where's my button? There it is. All right. Let's zoom out and see what we're looking at. Look at it upside down. Okay, cool. Yo, Billy Power Max, what is up? It's good to see you. Hey, I'm gonna take a quick break and go stretch of my legs. So, yeah, I'm gonna go stretch my legs real quick. So let's see here. Oh, no, that's not the one I wanted to look at. I know what I want. All right. Nope, that's the wrong picture. Okay. We're going over here. We are going to add. Pardon me. Is this the one? Ooh, I think it is. Cool. There we go. I can do that. And say, be right back. All right. I'll see y'all here in a little bit. Alright, alright, alright. Let's get back to this. You know, I totally messed up. I didn't even have my background music playing or nothing. Just ate up like a soup sandwich. Tell you. Alright. Create a new layer. Use this as our thingy. And then we're going to grab this color and go ahead and fill that layer, turn that into a blue line drawing. Make it a little lighter. And then we'll grab our gradient tool and Alright. Okay. We're going to have a little bit of fun with this one. Going to go a little extra because I need the practice. So, let's grab a nice... we'll use this as a base. Then we'll come over here and bring it down a little more to the blue. A little deeper blue. Rich it up a little bit. A little greener. I want to grab like a nice, like that. And then for the other one, we'll go ahead and grab like a nice, sunny, kind of golden color. And see how that works as a gradient. Alright. Oops, that is the wrong layer. Only 2 paint layers. Alright. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Grab us some base colors here. And I think we can afford to bring down the opacity on that one just a little bit more. And get in here and start getting funky with Cheese Whiz. So, am I on the right layer? I am on the right layer. Okay, cool. Start laying down some colors here. I'm going to do this one in full color, whereas the other ones I did were in grayscale. But I want to have a little bit of fun with this one. Right, let's put some more paint on this. Oh, come on. Select the thing. Okay, cool. And we'll just start working in on this.
We could do nothing to stop them.
A little bit of reddish undertone here. I am using the standard oil paint tool that comes with Clip Studio Paint to kind of do this. Alright. Alright, we'll give him an ear. Let's go double check on this character sheet and see what kind of details we got going on here. Okay. Hair is dark brown, brown eyes, and sun-tanned skin. So, oh, he a big feller. He a big feller. I just noticed that. Okay, that's fine. We can adjust fire here. We can adjust fire on this. So we'll give him a little bit more neck, get a little bit more weight to his face. There we go. And let's go ahead and grab like a nice light tan for his shirt. Nah, that's too... It's too saturated. Let's desaturate that a little bit. There we go. That's a better. All right, that's a little better. Let's go ahead and raise up the size of our brush here. All right. Give him a bit more of a gut, a bit more girth going on here. You know, we're just kind of roughing it in. Gonna rough it in a little bit more. Be a big feller. I should have noticed that ahead of time. So that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let me go double check that character sheet. See if there's any other details. Ah, dang it, wrong button. See if there's any other details that I might have missed. Doesn't say that he's got any facial hair or anything of the sort. Yeah, you know, this is one of the things I don't like about the D&D Beyond character sheets. Is and there is room for character appearance. Okay, character backstory, additional notes. Okay, so it does have that stuff on there. It's just not filled out on this sheet. Let me just double check. Alright. Alright, fair enough. Let me close out this other thing that I accidentally opened. Alright, and then we'll grab ourselves a nice deep brown. You know, we're just kind of roughing in some stuff. We can give him a bigger belt, but his belt's got to be support his girth. We want to accent body size here, right? Because he a big feller. And then we'll go ahead and leather up these breeches a little bit. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Just kind of go in on this a little rough, right? But I need the practice, and this person needs a cool character drawing for their D&D game. Right? This guy's only first level right now, but one day he may become epic. Unlike the poor party that I illustrated before, for the Nerdcognito crowd, that did not end well. Turned out to be a total party wipe. Bunch of first level characters. Party of 4 first level characters wiped out by 7 kobolds. That's just embarrassing. But apparently the takeaway was, don't Leroy Jenkins the kobolds. Don't just run in there haphazardly without a definitive plan of action. It's not going to end well. All right. And then I'm going to when I'm done with this, I'm going to throw a big, nice pirate flag. The person sent me a reference for their pirate flag, so I'm going to definitely incorporate that here into the background in a little bit. And then I've got to go contact the other winner because I have not received their character sheet yet. So I want to make sure that I get them sorted out too. Make sure the winners of the Nerdcognito Valentine's Day giveaway both get their characters nice and sorted out. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that they're taken care of, because I am very happy that they won some prizes. I had fun participating in the giveaway. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make this the same material as his boots. And you know what? We're just going to go ahead and I see where I've made a mistake there. That's okay. We'll just we'll do like that. And then we're going to grab that color there. Kind of thicken up his arm a little bit. There we go. Grab that color. Yeah, there we go. And go grab a nice brass. Something kind of orangish, but dark. Right, that's a good base for a brass basket hilt. Right, and I'm gonna bring that down just a little bit right there. Then we'll go grab a good kind of steel grayish kind of color. A little bit paint inside the lines here. See, I can color inside the lines. Yeah, there we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. We are approaching. Okay, and then put that chain shirt underneath the chainmail shirt, or mail shirt would be the proper terminology, right? It's just mail. Chainmail is, interestingly enough, it's actually a redundant term. And then we'll go ahead and nice, rich, deep, kind of reddish brown. We'll put some, right? We're just going to crude it in real quick. We're just going to rough it in real fast, because make sure we got that there and that there, because we will definitely visit this back. But for right now, we just need the rough stuff in here, so I can get rid of my undersketch and just kind of get things a little loosey-goosey, get them a little crazy. And then let's go ahead and hide that layer there. I think that's a good start. All right, let's reduce the amount. Let's reduce the amount of paint and reduce the density of paint. And grab us some red. All right, we're just gonna pop some red right there. Pop it in. All right, we're gonna grab some blue. All right, we're just gonna kind of spot it in right there. And this is just, and then we're gonna blend the heck out of it. Then we're gonna grab some yellow, and we're gonna grab it there. We're just gonna kind of go like that, and grab our blending textured blender, which for our just some base undertone for the head, right? All right, because the face, it has like different colorations, so you kind of want it to be almost flag-like. All right, we'll come back in with this, and we'll put detail over it. But for now, as it is. We just want a little bit of that. So it's red where the blood runs. It's yellow where it's not so much. Right, the underside's going to be a little bit. And then we'll grab that for the outside. Right, we're just kind of roughing it in still, folks, right? We're still just kind of roughing it in. And we'll extend his 5 o'clock shadow kind of deal right there. All right, just kind of blend it in, blend it in. Just gonna blend it in. It's just still in the super rough phase of our operation here. All right, grab that. So let's consider, now that we have some flats down. Yo, Dr. Mask, what is up? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. We're still kind of in the rough phase here. So, and we have not considered our light source. Well, we do have this light right there coming in the background. So it would behoove us to keep consistent with that. So that's what we'll do. All right, so we're going to grab that, and then we're going to, it's already a pretty desaturated thing. So we're going to move towards, oh, wrong tool. Okay. Oh, that is still way the wrong tool. Okay. So we're going to keep doing that. Drawing the stress lines right there. Cut through that right there. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's gonna kind of pull on the belly area a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit. The guy is 280 pounds with a strength of not gargantuan monster beast. So all right, we'll go ahead and darken that in a little bit. Okay, well, let's go to a larger brush and just kind of blot some of this in real quick. And that's going to be dark right there. Almost like the sun is at his back. Right? And then we'll make it even colder as we grab some darker, kind of add some volume to this, right? It's going to be lighter as we come over this way. And then we're going to grab our texture blender and start blending that in, and then we'll start, then we'll come back and we'll get a little funky with it. All right. All right. I do like that texture blender. I need to get in and steal that material that it's using for its canvas color kind of deal. Oh good, the dog has invited herself in and opened the door wide open so that way I can get a copyright strike from whatever everybody's watching on the TV. Be right back. All right. Okay. Next, back to this. Smaller than that. All right, we're still kind of doing that right there. All right. All right. All right. We're starting to get there. All right, let's add some volume to this guy right here. Yeah, it's like I said, you know, I need the practice on doing this. Grab our texture blender. Blend this out just a little bit. That needs to be sharp still. Blend that out a little bit. Okay. And we'll go back to our paint, and then we'll grab a little bit darker. We'll go even colder and a little bit smaller, so that way we can start getting some detail, right? Oh yeah, that's the new one I did. Ugh. Alright, we'll go real light with this right here. So I'm going to blend all this in. So, grab my blending tool. Oop, that's okay. That's fine. Alright, I don't need it to be that big. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go, that's more of what I wanted. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. We're getting there, we're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Alright. Almost think that's like too cold, but we'll figure it out. We'll warm it up. That doesn't seem like that's the right value, but okay. Let's get there we go. And add in a little bit of kind of like highlighting type of deal. All right. All right. let's go ahead and drop the opacity down on this. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. All right. And zoom out. Nah. We'll see. Okay. I need... Let's grab that one. Cool it. Desaturate and drop it down. And... There we go. Ooh. Maybe I can even get a little crazier with it. Maybe up the opacity just a little bit. Alright, drop in. Gosh. Alright, well, nope. We're not going to do that. I was about to do something stupid. I was. Alright. I was about to do something stupid. I was. That's okay. I prevented it. Hopefully. All right. Looks like. All right. I'm looking at my time. I'm only supposed to spend a certain amount of time on this. All right. Zoom back out. I hate it. I hate it so much. I really do hate it a lot. For one, this guy's legs are like way too long. Ah, son of a... Okay. Let's see what I can do about that. Zoom back out. It seems a little better. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut him off at the knees. And then transform that up a little bit. And then we will skew. Skew that out just a little bit. Say okay. And then go ahead and grab those legs and move them back up and reconnect them. Yeah, that seems better. That seems better. I got... Where the heck? Okay. Oh man. Alright, well, darn it. I'm running up against a time limit here. I'm gonna have to come back and finish this in a little bit. I gotta go, everybody. So make sure that you smash that like button. Share this out on your favorite social media. And hit that bell to receive all notifications. And, you know, you got to stay magnificent.